am so proud of the accomplishments of our schools and our Food and Nutrition Services Department because there's so much evidence that they get it, that academic performance and good health and nutrition practices go hand in hand. And when you look at the improvements that we've seen in the last 5 years in our Food and Nutrition Services Department, the constantly looking at ways not just to feed at the highest level possible, the highest quality level, but also to educate staff, families, and our children on what are good, healthy practices. I see evidence of it every day when you look at them encouraging children to try new things, to think about that stop and go type of decision that they make with their food choices, and the excitement that they bring to a school regarding healthy practices. You know, our percent right now of students eligible for free and reduced lunch has never been higher. We are just under, by a few decimal points, 50% of our students are eligible for that. That's an essential part of their daily nutrition. Parents are struggling in this community that many perceive as being a very affluent community, but yet only 5 years ago we were like at 33%, so you see the difference that has occurred. So it's not just healthy lunches that we're providing, perhaps the best meal of the day for some of our students, the healthiest. It's also breakfast. During the summer, we're providing and extending those services to make sure our students eat even during those summer months. But I have to really thank our Food and Nutrition Services Department for the many ways that they've gone beyond what was required. I mean, anybody can do that initial level, provide healthy lunches. They do so much more every day in terms of developing the skills, the life skills for our children. It's not just about what we measure on a standardized test. It's those practices that will follow them the rest of their lives. That's just as critical. And they get it, and they help us support our children and our families. So thank you so much, and thank you for the schools that are showing even higher levels of accomplishment with this award.
We're just thrilled to be able to honor Sarasota County Schools. It's the HealthierUS School Challenge Awards are just one of our most favored opportunities to get out throughout the state and recognize excellence. And 22 awards, especially the number of silver awards that you all have received here is just beyond, great.
What an honor this is for me to be part of this short but very meaningful, I think, ceremony. It is the honor I have every day of getting to work with our food service team. Beverly jokes all the time that I'm a closet RD, and that is true, and it's a title that I wear very proudly, and I'll tell you why. First of all, if you've ever been in or around food service, it's just always fun. But more than that, I think what you heard in the superintendent's comments is what they do is significant. Half of our kids today qualify for free or reduced lunch. Half. What that means is for many of them, the only warm, nutritious meal they're going to get today is the one made in that cafeteria back there. And to the teacher, what that means is when that student comes back into their class, they're thinking about learning, they're not thinking about hunger or their stomach. And if my role and our role collectively is to set teachers up to be successful, then it doesn't get any more important than that. The truth is what's going on in school kitchens are tremendously positive things. Focus every day on the nutritional value of meals. Focus every day on nutrition education and teaching young kids how to make good choices early in their life. Focus on food safety. Focus on fresh fruit and vegetable program for us here in this county. Focus on active farm to school, so vegetables are ripening on the vine, not in the back of a truck. That's the truth of what's going on in food service, and sometimes that message gets lost. But thank you very much for joining what we believe is Florida's finest school district and probably this nation's finest food service program. Thank you all very much.
I'm really pleased to be here today to acknowledge these Sarasota schools. For this reason, they are truly leaders without overstatement across the country. We have a category, a voluntary category of leadership in school nutrition and wellness policies called the HealthierUS School Challenge. There are fewer than 4,000 schools in the country that have met that standard. That's out of 101,000 schools, so it's in the top 3.5% or so of schools. But then those that have met the silver award, they're in like the top 1% or 1.5% of schools. So it absolutely is, without comparison or with comparison, you know, these are leaders. We're here to really thank and recognize the great work being done in the school system in the school nutrition arena. I was speaking with a dietitian last evening, and I said, you know, professionally, I hope you appreciate the fact that there's probably never been a more important time in the history of the United States for your profession than right now, because we're living in the midst of a major public health challenge in terms of we have the paradox of both obesity and hunger. And as the superintendent mentioned, we see growing numbers across the country of children who qualify for free and reduced price meals, very important to us, that they receive adequate, consistent nutrition day in, day out. In schools, as has been shown not just in the U.S., but in international studies, and Western countries in particular, that the school nutrition program is both one of the best mediums, one of the best utilities, if you will, for making sure that children have regular access to healthy foods, but that they get socialized into eating healthy foods. So these are meal programs that are science-based, that we have adopted for the whole country based on recommendations from the Institute of Medicine. The panel was chaired by a pediatrician from the University of Pennsylvania Medical School, and it represents the best science in terms of nutrition and healthcare. And to have that now deployed across the United States in all 101,000 public schools and about half of the private schools in the United States really is a tribute to the leadership, enlightened leadership of school leaders and administrators, school boards too, to be sure, but it takes somebody to really close the deal in the form of the school nutrition director, and that's why we really appreciate coming to schools like this and then seeing the folks out here in the red shirts that actually day in, day out have relationships with children, make a difference in the lives, as I say to kids. You know how your parents' car relies upon gasoline to really get from one place to the other. Well, for you to really learn best, we have to make sure that you're getting adequate sleep, exercise, but that we're provided healthy nutrition day in, day out. In these school programs, the schools we're honoring today in this district are really ahead of the curve and supported by, as I like to describe it, the nutrition programs are the turbochargers that will make sure that all that wonderful teaching, that environment will really make a difference in the life of children. So, and love the opportunity to come out and thank the folks who work in the food lines with these kids each day. Again, thank you. Thank you for the great work that you're doing, making a difference in the lives of children. We're happy to be partnered with you and with the state of Florida. As I often say, everything we do at the Food and Nutrition Service, we do through state agencies. In Florida's case, it's now the Department of Agriculture that works with schools across the state. They're very committed to it, and we appreciate that partnership.